So welcome back, everybody. So before we get into Sully's issues that he's having, we have a couple of thank yous to do.
Yes.
And I wrote them down, so this is for you on the paper.
Hand. That's not realistic.
No.
Do not eat that.
No.
Oh my goodness. Work it into the metal. Make it realistic.
Work it into the metal.
Ugh.
Hi, baby. Hi, Mr. Trouble.
Ugh.
You're trouble.
Ugh.
We're gonna talk about all your bad things. All right, thank yous.
Thank yous.
What are you
Thank you.
eating?
That is not how you think. And look, I'm holding it. Okay. Thank you to Chris. Thank you, Chris. And thank you to Turpy? Is that Turpy?
I think so. It's either Toppy or Toppy.
Turpy.
Cow dog, Toppy, Toppy.
Thank you, Cattle Dog Tea. Toppy. Birth. We thank you all. And somebody?
Somebody. It was anonymous, so I don't know their name. It just it just said Ko-fi supporter.
So,
And when I got the email, it said somebody sent you a donation.
so let me get this straight.
Yes,
You put down somebody.
I put down somebody.
They put down Ko-fi supporter.
Ko-fi supporter, yes.
So you couldn't come up with an anonymous?
Well,
You hear that?
somebody is
You are
anonymous.
somebody. Everybody's somebody.
Everybody's somebody,
We
that's
are
right.
somebodies.
Oh, don't you growl.
That's scary. I'm
It
scared.
is scary. Are you okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's part
Get
of
out of the camera.
his issues. Did you get in the camera?
She did. So unprofessional.
But yes, thank you for all your donations to our Ko-fi page, and if you'd like to donate, you can click the link down in the description. Or I think, yeah, that's where it goes. It's my brain. And
I can see
Fergus
it.
will say coffee, or say coffee. Fergus will say thank you to you.
Coffee!
That is so loud.
It's cow dog assault!
Oh no!
Now stop it! Get him, Sully! You don't encourage him! Yes, get him! You
did I
almost
say
killed
thank
him. Good job.
you? Say that's your goal in life, isn't it?
Just
Anyway,
only one man.
yeah, only one man for Mama. that's you, huh? All right, so now on to Sully's issue. So you can leave now if you like.
What? I'm the star! It's not about you, it's about me.
It's not about either of us. It's about these guys.
Can you fix my hand? Look what he did.
I'll fix your hand and then you can go if you want. So everyone always says how, well-adjusted Sully is, and, he's such a great, amazing dog. And he is, but we are struggling with some things during this 11th month. So for example, I'm telling you, no, you leave it. Thank you. For example, right before filming this video, I have very old Victorian vents because it's a Victorian house. So it doesn't have the latch to open the vents. So I put a knitting needle in there, and it was a plastic one, big old clunky plastic one. And as I was setting everything up, it's vanished. It is possibly in his stomach, which worries the crap out of me. But there's things like that still going on with this boy, and it's driving me nuts. I'm hoping that knitting needle went down the vent or something, but they are such old plastic, it just breaks into pieces. So I'm worried he sat here and chewed everything while I was getting the camera from the other room. And I still have chewing issues going on as well when I leave the house. The other day it was a cardboard box that he had saw me open and I had left it there for recycling, and I came home from work and that's what was chewed up. And he knows it's wrong. I know he knows it's wrong. I can see he knows that. And he milks it so well. He does tail wags and does the cutest little smile. Like, I'm so sorry, Mom. And I know it's an anxiety from being away from me because his obsession with me is just as bad as it was with Lou. The protection level has gotten even more than it was. He's now starting to think he should protect me from his sisters. And I'm not tolerating that kind of crap. He will growl at them. Like, we all have our certain spots that we sit on, like the couch and stuff. So when he growls at them to try to get them to get further away from me, I don't tolerate it. He is not allowed on my lap, not allowed on the couch. So he's having to relearn that I don't tolerate this ever. Like, you know, we've been through this before, but we have to reteach it again, apparently. Another thing is the biting, or nipping. It's more nipping, no, I don't know. It's getting to be biting at this point, I think. It's getting to the point of right before breaking skin. He's done it a few times to me. After correcting him, I think he got through his head that that's just, I'm not having it type thing. We are working on getting him and my husband better at greeting each other. Sully goes into nipping, biting feet, clamping down on arms. The other day when we were watching TV and was trying to get my husband's attention, he clamped down so hard on my husband's arm that it was like about to, like it bruised it. It was about to break skin. So the one thing that we're doing is, you know, knee up to get Sully off at first to get him away from his arms. But we are forcing him to sit, and we are grabbing him by the side of the collar and we're forcing him to sit. He does not get to move until he calms down, because if he's going to greet us with crazy biting butthole attitude, he's not going to get that attention. And once he is calm, and that can take anywhere from 3 to 5 seconds all the way up to 10 seconds, but once he's calm, I will make sure he stays that way for a while, and then we praise him, good boy, and then we let him give kisses and stuff like that. Now, I know some people are probably going to say that I'm abusing the dog by forcing them to sit and calm down, but a lot of trainers will tell you that you do not greet, you do not give them what they want until you get like the behavior, the attitude you're seeking, which I'm seeking calm, not crazy, I'm gonna bite you until you give in to my will, because that's, I'm not tolerating that. It's just no. This is that pain in the butt stage that like it's like you're re-going through puppy crap again. I'm not even worried about the greeting for people outside my home or the people that come into my home right now. I'm more worried about the people in my house, because it's not only my husband that's getting the nips, it's also my mother. And yes, my mother does live with me. She lives with me. This is my house. I'm not some kid that never moved out. I take care of her. She had to move in for health reasons. But anyway, but he's nipping my elderly mother as well. You know, when you're teaching dogs puppy, you know, bite inhibition and mouthing, you know, I've seen a lot of trainers, you know, either use a leash where they hold the dog in sit position and get it to calm down, or they just hold the collar. Sometimes you can like put your hand by their neck and just maybe on their chest too, just to have them sit down and you need to get them calm. You cannot give in to that crazy bite thing, because sometimes when he's biting, I know he's trying to get attention. He's also trying to get us to play with him rough, like a certain way or something. Like, he's trying to see what he can get away with. But for the past week, we've been really sticking to our guns with making sure that it's every single time that he tries to greet my husband that way, that we force him to sit and get him into a calm state before any further exchange of affection or anything like happens. That sounds weird. Hopefully you understand what I meant. We haven't had people a while at the house, so I'm not sure how that's going to go, but the last few times we did have people stop by and see him, it was a whole process still. Like, we really had to keep him on leash and make sure he accepted them as like they were okay in the house. Like, it's a process, and I have a funny feeling I'm going to be working on that again, and the dog reactivity, because there's so many dogs running loose right now in the freaking neighborhood or anywhere we go. I'm so sick of people keeping their dogs off leash, because when they run up and bother us, it doesn't help what I'm trying to teach him. I mean, sometimes it does. So there's been times it's a hit and miss thing, but can you tell I'm a bit frustrated right now? You know, you guys always hear me talk about using tone, and I swear my tone is like at drill sergeant level almost daily with him at this point. Most of the time he does listen, but like I always start off with like regular mom tone. Like, let's for instance say I want him to leave it, you know, leave something alone. You know, it starts off with leave it, and then it goes to like leave it, and then I'm not at drill sergeant mode, I'm not sure, but then it's like leave it, you know, it's like, it's that drill sergeant-y thing, like right before the you're gonna snap kind of tone. Usually he will listen with, you know, tones 1 or 2, but I swear like the last 2 weeks, or it feels like 2 weeks, maybe it's been a week and a half, it's like every day it's like the tone's getting more stern all the time, and I hate doing that because I don't want him to, I don't like getting to that point, if that makes sense. But sometimes with this breed you have to, because if you do too much of like a pussyfoot tone, like they're not going to take you seriously at all. But you have to like have that strongness in your voice. I don't know, maybe I'm not explaining this right. And back to the chewing thing, I know somebody is going to say, well, just crate him again, or you know, have someone there with him or whatever. He's got 2 people here with him at all times when I'm at work. And the crate thing, I think that would cause him more anxiety because he hates the crate. He doesn't like being separated from the rest of the crew. So it's just something that I'm just kind of gonna wait out. He's definitely less anxious than he used to be. There's less chewing going on, but there's still chewing. And I know we've already had like 11-month Pupdate video-ish because it was kind of mixed with the 10-month, but you know, I wanted to do another one just because it's not always sunshine and roses. Like I said that before, these dogs take so much work and time, and getting them to understand like you can't just run around and do whatever you want. Like, we're not Motley Crue. I mean, like, you know, they really did get away with a lot of stuff back then, didn't they? And even though we're going through another phase, I'm fine with going through it because I see who he is and I see who he's going to become, or is already becoming. Like, he is a very smart dog. He is very protective. He's very loving of his family, regardless of you know, biting. Like, he definitely loves us very much. Like, we can see that. He does the cutest little things. Like, I mean, he knows how to milk it, and he knows how to try to get away with stuff. And honestly, I've probably caved on some moments where I probably shouldn't have. So some things might be my fault, which it happens. Nobody's perfect on raising a dog. Sometimes you can't help it with those little smiles and tail wags to just, yeah. Or when you're trying to be strict with them and, you know, and sound like you mean business, you have to turn away and laugh because what they're doing is so adorable. And Sully is definitely very adorable and just so sweet. And no matter what frustrations I'm going through, I just know I have to be patient because he is already so amazing, and I know he's gonna be perfect in like another year. Hopefully sooner. I think another thing, I know the training's been lacking with him, and that's because I had, you know, and that's on me because I'm not able to be here as much. I'm exhausted. It's hard to keep up with 4 cattle dogs, let alone like the rest of the zoo, and and everything. It's a lot. I'm questioning whether or not to ever have this again in my life. I'm thinking maybe like 3 dogs, 1 cat, nothing else someday. Like, that's not true. I still want my chickens. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, as always, and listening to my complain fest about my dog. Of course, we know how this works. I complain about Sully online, and he magically changes again into being an obedient, well-behaved puppy. Remember to click like and subscribe, and we will see you in the next video. Do you guys want to say bye-bye? If I give you cookies? That's another thing. Hi, Gypsy. He doesn't always listen without the cookie, like, because I've been weaning him off cookies for a while now to just listen to the commands, and he sometimes, you can see he's like, no, you give me the cookie first, which means we got to rework some trick training, don't we? Yeah, you sit perfect though, don't you? Gypsy, you're so cute. Take it. You being pushy and just smacking me with your paw does not get you cookies. Clea, are you sneaking the cookie back there? She's sneaking the cookie back there. What'd you do? What'd you do? This is for camp. No, no, no. I know you get upset when I leave for work, but you've got to stop doing this.